Hey guys, Brian at MPWO Health and Fitness. What I wanted to talk about today was we've had a couple of people come in and join up during the week. One's been is post ACL operation, and the other one's like recovering from a back injury. And generally, when we have people come in with previous injuries and so forth, they want some sort of specific program to cater for that. But what we focus on, and what I feel should be focused on, is general strength. There's no point, focusing on one component of the body. Especially if you've been immobile for a long time. So say with a back injury, you've immobilized, your whole body's going to be weak. Your whole body's going to need some work. And the same with the ACL. You will have taken a lot of time. There may be some atrophy around that leg that you feel is important, but generally your whole body's going to need to be strengthened up again. And as part of that, we also get, trainers who are a little bit worried. It's like, how do we approach this? There's this problem, that problem. So post ACL, the physio's been fine and suggested start gym. So that leads me to believe that what we need to do really is find the starting point of their journey. And then from there, it's going to incrementally, slowly increase as they get stronger, things get heavier. It's not necessarily, there is no real reason to be doing crazy bits and pieces all over the place. A general strength program is what most people need, especially to start with. My pooches have come to join me. We even get that same sort of thing. It's like, I'm playing football, so I want a program specifically for football. Should I be looking at doing box jumps and these sorts of things? And look, they have their place, and they have their place more for a conditioned athlete. Most of the guys, so your younger groups, people that aren't AFL level, general strength is probably going to be where they need to start. Unless you're at an advanced level of training. So if you're walking into the gym for the first time because you want to get better at football, the last thing you need is specified programs or specific programs for that style of play. You're going to get all that as part of your football. Same as if you're playing netball, you can get all that as part of your training. That's what your coach takes you through, the drills that are specific to the sport. What we need to do is get you strong so that when you go through those drills and when you play those games, you have the ability to accelerate, the ability to turn without injuring yourself. That's what we're there for. And then as you get stronger, your performance will improve. Your ability to perform at a high level without being injured will improve. And then a long way down the line, dogs have got a lot to say on this subject. A long way down the line, then you might be looking at that specific stuff. But, us as a local gym, we're probably not going to see that level of athlete. So that's strength for athletes for that section. We'll get back to our injury, so the ACL and back training. We're going to see where you're at. We're going to work on, we may take... You too. All right. We're going to it's Piccadilly Circus around here. You can tell I'm a pom. So with these injuries, what you're going to look at is where someone's at. So we might say, okay, squats is in program 1. So someone who's got a back injury, do we put a bar straight on their back and see if they can squat? No, we're going to see where their level of squatting's at. whether they can get full range of motion. Will we work in full range of motion? Will we need assistance, say such as a TRX? Do we need to look at counterweighting the squat to be able to help get in that form? We're going to use activations to make sure someone's muscles are activated, so we're using the correct muscles for the task at hand. We're going to do all that prior to them doing their first squat. Then we're going to see, okay, counterweight squat with a box to depth is where we would normally start, depending on how the person looked. And this will give us an idea on whether we need to regress further, such as TRX, or whether we progress further to moving onto the bar. And similar side of things for deadlifts. But these are in our program because they make a body strong. And that's what we're about. We're about making bodies strong. Now, is a strong body for athletics? Maybe. Is a strong body so that we can go about our daily tasks easier? Yep, quite possibly. As we get older, we naturally lose our strength. So is it to maintain or regain our strength for, whether it's looking for retirement or whether we've just been inactive for an amount of years and we find general tasks hard? There's all sorts of levels, and many people start on these levels as they may be obese and sedentary, and they want to change their life. So they come to us. We help them get stronger. We help them improve their performance as a person, and then you may lose weight. That's generally not our focus. That's goals that are outside of our main focus, but it is generally a side effect of getting fit and healthy. So, as you get fitter and healthier, do your goals change? For sure. You might come in and your focus is, or you might start, let's forget about working with us for a second. You might start the idea of a fitness journey and you just want to be able to get around easier, play with your kids, enjoy life more. Along the way, if you've got weight to lose, that's probably going to move, so that's great too. But then once you get to that point that you're happy with where you're at, you're able to get around doing the things you want to do, you're enjoying your life more, then our goals do tend to change. And we sort of go, I'd like to compete in something. I'd like to climb a mountain. I would like to go on hikes. I'd like to do a marathon. Things change because your abilities have changed. And that's great. And we're there to support anybody in what their goals may change to, whether that's running a marathon or whether that's competing in a powerlifting competition. It doesn't really matter what the goal at the end is. The beginning is the same, just getting your body able to move properly and be strong. Then from there, your goals can become more specific. Your training will become more specific. You're going to be a marathon runner. You're not going to train with weights 4 times a week. Once or twice a week will be sufficient to keep strong for what you're doing and be able to increase your level that you're competing at or that you're performing at. If powerlifting was your goal, 4 sessions a week's probably all you're going to need. And it's all going to be focused around getting strong. Bodybuilding can be more sessions a week. The weights are lighter, it's different. But that all comes, you've got to get your base strength first. Football, the same thing, the same base strength applies. So at the start, when someone walks in the door, generally, they're going to start on the same program. Why? They've got 2 legs, 2 arms, a torso, the same as everybody else. Why are we wanting specific programs right from the start? Because it's irrelevant. Until you've got your base strength, nothing else is important. Okay, so that's all I wanted to say today. So Strength Friday. I'll get more into this stuff as we go, but I just want to sort of talk about that general idea when someone walks in the door and they want that specific program because they're going to be this or they're going to be that. That's great. But first of all, we need to be generally strong, and then we can be specifically strong. All right, guys. Brian at MPWO Health and Fitness. Have a great weekend.